This video is actually in two parts. The first part, I'm talking about the power of imperfect start, like I said I will do in my previous video. And second part, I'm talking about why done is better than perfect. On to the first part, the power of imperfect start. Okay, the thing is, most of the time you make the mistake of wanting to become perfect at the start of whatever you are doing. But the thing is, you learn as you grow. The power of imperfect starts. Let me give an example that you will perfectly relate to. A child is born and wants to start walking. The baby doesn't start with walking, it starts with crawling, then trying to standing, then trying to walk, falling, and then walking perfectly. That is the power of imperfect start. You learn as you grow. Okay, to end this first part of this video, listen to this voice note.
I even like the way I'm improving, honestly. When I'm not with the machine, that time, I used to be scared of cutting. Like when I'm through with drawing the pattern, when it's time to cut clothes, to put scissors, I'll not be sweating. Come and see me sweating when I'm about to. But now, after I don't draw pattern, I bet where my scissors they.
Okay, that's voice note of my younger sister, who is a fashion designer. So she sews clothes. She sews all type of clothing material. In that voice note, she's telling me about her experience of, her improvement over the years. So when you want to make a dress, you cut out the pieces, then you sew them. So she used to be afraid to cut out these pieces because she felt she was not perfect. But now, according to her in that voice note, it is way easier to cut and to sew. That is the power of imperfect start. You learn as you grow. Okay, now on to the second part of this video. Why done is better than perfect. There are three reasons why done is better than perfect. The first is you get results. Okay, isn't it better to have 4/10 in a test than to have 0/10 because you didn't attend that test? Think about it. When you have 4/10 in that test, you still have some points which you can improve on in the next tests and exams. Unlike the other person who has 0/10, who will now have to struggle more to pass that course in the next tests and examinations. The second reason is you can still fix your mistakes. So back to the example I gave, the person that had 4/10 and the person that had 0/10. The person that had 4/10 can still fix that mistake by working harder in the next test and having 7, having 8, which will suffice for the 1 mark lack which he had in the last test. Unlike the other person who has to score 10/10. Trying to fix that now is more difficult because it's more difficult, it's more tasking to get a 10/10 in a test than it is to get a 7/10 or a 6/10. Yeah. And the third reason is you avoid burnout. Still on my example, when you are studying for a test, you've scored 4/10 in the previous test. The work you will put is lesser compared to the work that person who scored 0/10 will put in that same test, in preparing for that same test. Because now it's working towards scoring a 10, which is going to cause a burnout because you'll be too frustrated trying to get a 10, because although it's difficult, it is not impossible. Yeah, as a form of recap, done is better than perfect because you can still fix your mistakes, you at least get results, and you avoid burnout. We have 6 types of procrastinators. The very first one is the perfectionistic procrastinator. Watch this next video to know the remaining 5 types of procrastinators.